What's going on, guys? It's Calico, and I wanted to talk about if it's possible to make content creation successful as a non-already successful content creator. So I'm going to talk about a few kinds of creators that are very successful that I think are important to look at when it comes to, finding out if it's still possible to become successful as an unknown creator. So one of the first ones that I would like to talk about here is one of my favorites, and that is gaming YouTubers. I'm going to use CoryxKenshin as a base for gaming YouTubers because he is personally my favorite. I think that he's the most entertaining, and that's just personal preference. But I think that Cory has a great foundation for gaming as somebody who is very entertaining, has great commentary, and plays a lot of different kinds of games that are always very entertaining to watch no matter what kind of content you are into. One of my favorite kinds of content from Cory is his games. I know he does other stuff like reacts and his little commentary videos outside of it, but I personally like his commentaries over his gaming content a lot more than his other content. That's just me personally though. I've been a fan of Cory for a few years after my friends put me on. Shout out to Dejan and also shout out to Josh. Anyways, but my friends put me on to Cory a long time ago, and ever since then I was hooked as a fan. Now, obviously, I started watching gaming content many years ago, around the time that Optic Scumpy became very popular, and around the time that around the time that FaZe Jev was also really popular. I was just always very drawn to these creators. And another one of these creators that I was always a very big fan of was FaZe Jev, which I'm too lazy to get a picture of because I've already taken a lot of pictures of everybody. Anyways, I really like FaZe Jev, Optic Scumpy, Merc Music, and Vanoss Gaming when it came to these creators who were all very kind of like old school. But nowadays there's also a lot of really good creators who make content as well. I think that people should really look into gaming. I know it's already a really popular, genre of content, kind of a little inflated if I'm going to be honest, but I really like the gaming content. But it's really hard to be successful because it's so inflated. There's so many gaming content creators that it's almost like too many fish in a barrel. Like you literally, it's almost impossible to become like popular unless you are incredibly entertaining. So you had to beg the question, is it smart to be a gaming creator, or is it smarter to just be a commentary creator? Because either way, you are going to need to be a commentary creator if you're going to be a gamer. Because if you're a gamer, then there's just so many people who do the exact same thing that it's going to be almost impossible to be found in this barrel of so many fish. So it's really hard to determine, One thing that I know I will stay true to on my channel is doing whatever I want to do personally, because that's what matters to me, is doing something that I enjoy doing, something that I can I can respect, something that I could watch on my own and gain enjoyment of, and something that I will be proud to show people and not feel like I'm not staying true to myself, which is why it's kind of hard to do what I do, because I'm scared it's not going to be as successful as someone doing something like streaming or gaming content or commentary. So it's a little hard. I think in today's scenery, when it comes to the content creation landscape, that you really need to be two different things at the same time, regardless of what you're wanting to do. You almost always have to be a commentary creator no matter what you're doing, because if you do anything without commentary and without your own personality, you're going to immediately get lost, because so many entertaining people are playing so many entertaining games that if you're just playing an entertaining game, it's not enough. You have to be entertaining yourself, and you have to have personality, you have to have humor, and you have to be interesting all the time to even have a chance, a very slim chance, to even get noticed by anybody in today's landscape of content creation. Which is why it's kind of hard for me myself as a content creator at the moment to even find what I want to do. I want to play video games, I want to do commentaries, I want to do essays, I want to do this and that, but it's hard to decide on what I want to do, because everything needs to be two different things at the same time to keep keep people interested, keep their attention, and stay consistent. So it's really hard to decide what you want to do nowadays, which is why I want to talk about the two different genres that are the most popular that I see, which is gaming content creators and commentary creators. The content creators that make commentary videos that I would like to use as representations are Moist Critical, Curtis Connor, and Ludwig. All three great content creators, even though Ludwig is more of a streamer than a YouTube creator, but I know he still makes videos and he still does that, and I love, watching his commentary videos, his tier lists and everything like that, which is all very, commentary based. Same thing with Moist Critical, which even though he makes gaming videos and he plays a lot of games on his stream, he makes a lot more stuff out of commentary than anything else. If you go through most of his YouTube channel, it's all entirely commentary videos of just him and a random subject, which is kind of what I'm doing right now. So I'm counting it as a commentary video because that's what most of his videos are. It's him picking a random subject and just talking about it, making jokes about it, and stuff like that. Now, the main thing that you have to see when it comes to commentary is that it's really up to the person on how they make the commentary. Do they want edits? Do they want da-da-da? Do they want da-da-da? You have to really be kind of certain on how you want it because it all comes out very in a certain way because it's entirely you. It's your voice, it's your personality, it's your humor. So it really comes down to if the person is funny, do they have enough personality? Are they interesting? Do they talk good? Do they talk in the way that you like? Do they talk about things you like? So it's very picky when it comes to being a commentary creator, but you have a lot more leeway when it comes to being a content creator than you do with anything else. Mainly because you have the freedom of picking any situation, any story, or anything that you want to talk about, and you could just pick it and talk about it because you are what they come for. They don't come for the games. They don't come for the videos. They don't come for anything except for you and your voice and your personality. So you have a lot more leeway when it comes to that. So that's why I'd say the commentary is the best thing that you could get good at out of all kinds of content, because you could use that and go into almost any other kind of content that you want to make. You can make really anything if you're a commentary creator. So I would say content creation is the best way to become successful because you could use it and turn it into a lot of other stuff to be successful. So anybody can do it. It's just learning how to do it and becoming better at it, and then using it as a platform to do everything else that you want to do, because it's just the easiest platform to do everything else. And you could do that while doing everything else. If you become a good talker, then you can make other things interesting. Just be a good talker. Just by being a good talker, you could literally do anything by being a good talker. So this is why I think that a commentary creator is the best way to be successful as a creator in general. And another thing about being a commentary creator that I really like is that you could do it on almost any budget, really. You could do it with a PlayStation headset, your phone, $100 microphone, a $400 microphone, or if you're just fucking recording it out of a tin can. You could do it anywhere with any kind of equipment. And one of the next things that I want to talk about, because it is very popular that people don't seem to realize or catch on to, and that is the most unique one, which is VTubers. VTubers are very interesting to me because nobody really seems to talk about them that much. I think that they're really unique creators and something that only really started popping up in the past few years after the whole lockdown because of COVID. It's kind of starting to become really, really popular. Like, I'm starting to see it a lot more. Nowadays, I'll click on the homepage and I'll go and I'll see at least 2 or 3. I don't watch the videos, they just appear. They're really popular. I didn't really start seeing them before, but now it seems like they're kind of taking over a little bit. I don't know what really caused it. I don't know what happened to cause the VTuber movement, but I think it's very interesting, and I think that eventually it could become something a lot more popular and mainstream than it kind of already is. So what it really is it's a person using motion capture technology, and they create a virtual avatar. They practice the character's movements and expressions, and then they use it as their persona. They use it as their character as a content creator, which is very interesting and intriguing, and I've never really seen it before, but it just really started popping up recently. I would love to see this thing become a lot more in depth, and I'll see a lot of very risque creators, which is why I picked Cinder as the VTuber creator, because she's the first one that came out when I typed in VTuber. It's just the truth. So Cinder is there, and I'm really interested in these. I know that Probably not the female side because it's a lot more like risque most of the time because that's just how it's created. But I actually think the people in the roles of these VTubers are really, really funny and really interesting. I think that it's something that could become a lot more popularized in the next few years than it already somehow became during the pandemic. We'll just have to really see on that. I don't know how long it would take for it to become on that level, but I think it's very interesting. But I do think it's possible. We just need to focus on becoming two things at once. Everybody needs to work on that. If you want to become successful, I do think it's still possible to be successful. So the answer is yes, it is still successful. It's still possible to be successful. Take my advice, be a good commentary, because if you're a good commentary, you could fit that into anywhere else. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.